Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is October 14th, 0601. Today's topic is going to be suicide. I've kind of avoided this one for a while, just because I didn't want to necessarily lose traction before it got going with the messages. How dare us? How dare us as a community put this burden on people that we love or that we care about? And I know some guy or girl out there is going to say, oh, well, I don't got no family, or, nobody from my unit talks to me. Or, okay, well, that can change. That can change. But you killing yourself, that can't change. That's a decision that once you make it, it's made. It's over with. It's done. I think too many people do not really understand, I want to say the words, the gravity. They don't understand the weight of that decision that they are tossing around so lightly. It is so easy for us as a community to just say, F it, I'm going to kill myself. And I believe that is the easiest way out of any problem that there is. And once again, I reiterate, how dare we? How dare we as a community put that on our parents, put that on our siblings, put that on any member of our family, or the EMT person that finds us, the law enforcement person that finds us, the firefighter that finds us, the neighbor that finds us. How dare you traumatize that person because you couldn't reach out for help, or because you couldn't make a tentative plan on a way to deal with your problem in a manner that, alleviated your feelings of suicide. I try not to make this about me so much, but I am trying to relate my personal experiences and give them out there to people so that they understand they're not the only person that's going through these things or has went through said things. Suicide used to be intrusive for me. I had to get on a specific medication that allowed me to not have those intrusive thoughts. And so, guys and girls, there's some of you out there that might say, oh, I just can't help it. I get it. I completely understand. But you really need to go get the right help and be honest with those people and really understand that if you can't help how you feel about that, then that's a different problem than a resiliency problem necessarily. So a person that can, control those thoughts, but chooses to use suicide as a leverage tool, as some sort of way to cope with something somehow. There's various different ways that they could, use it or think about it psychologically. I just want to drive this point home, though, is that you didn't give yourself life. You didn't choose to be born. And so naturally, to me, I don't think it's right that we take it away. Now, I say that now, but I didn't always think like that. For any of my guys and girls out there that are suffering, remember, you're not the only one that thinks or feels like this. You're not. You're really not. So if you're ever sitting around going, man, this and that, and I feel like this, and nobody else feels like this, or I feel so stupid for feeling like this, look, shut all that shit the fuck down. Shut it down. All right? There's different channels on the radio for a fucking reason. You need to turn that motherfucker. You need to zoom out a little bit. You need to switch from platoon internal and push over and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Push the company and just zoom the freak out. Because killing yourself is not going to solve your fucking problem. If you end your own life, you are doing nobody any favors. None. And potentially, whether you know it or not, you're going to hurt somebody way worse than you are hurting them by suffering from PTSD. Yes, they're hurting by watching us suffer, but the war, the fight is over if you kill yourself. there's no chance for victory. You just surrendered. And some of my guys and girls, I know surrendering is not an option. Hey, no quarters. We don't quit. Quitting's not an option. And I want to make that to be the motto, is that this is off of the table. That suicide isn't even an option for you when it comes to dealing with problems. Or that whenever you get intrusive feelings, whatever it is, that you never go back to, that kit and pull out, that piece of gear said suicide. No, throw that shit in the trash, man. Don't be fucking weak. And people go, oh, how dare you say that? And then you say that about yourself and say that you failed. Yeah, because I was being weak. Because I was letting my pride get in my way. Because I didn't want to go get help. And I was hurting all the people around me. And they were hurting by watching me suffer and inflicting pain on them. Just, guys and girls, if you don't have anybody and that's your excuse, you can find people. I'm telling you, that fucking VA has got programs where you can go down there and you can get a place to live. You can get a job. You can find a group of friends that's going through the same thing that you're going through, that are trying to better themselves. I'm telling you, there's help out there, man. And people, God, I can't tell you how many times I have called guys that I've deployed with or that I served with, and when they picked up the phone, I didn't say anything about how I was really feeling. I was going to let it all fly, cyclic, belt fed. And as soon as they picked up the phone, I changed the complete topic. Didn't even go down that road. And if you're somebody that does that, listen to me. You're taking that blessing away from yourself and that person, for that person to help you. That person might want to help you way worse than what you really think. And or maybe you might open up and it might be all in vain. That person might handle it the complete opposite way that you thought that they were going to handle it, or that you wanted, or how you wanted them to handle it. And if that's the case, listen to me. Do not let that discourage you and you just shut down and lock up like a clam permanently and never say anything about it again until your demons get to the point to where you go and start a pistol because one person that you opened up to didn't handle it the way that you thought, or didn't do what you thought that they should do for you. Y'all, suicide has got to come off of the table as an option for guys and girls that are combat veterans or veterans in general. You've got to pull your head out of your ass. You have got to start understanding that if you take that step, that is not a step that you can take back. And you say, oh, you don't understand. Shut the fuck up. I understand. Like I said, I had to get on a medicine to take my suicidal thoughts away from me because they were intrusive. I couldn't help it. I would wake up and go, oh man, I need to kill myself. It's embarrassing. You think you want to tell people that? You think you want to go, hey doc, all the stuff that you give me doesn't work really good. I'm still, waking up and, randomly throughout the day thinking about killing myself. Really, Mr. Wells? Well, I'm glad that you told us that, because now I have something else for that can help. Seriously, guys and girls, don't make anybody find you. Don't do that to anybody. Don't. It doesn't matter whether you know them or not. Don't do that to that person. Be as strong as you were in the service, and make a tentative plan and try to figure out a way to deal with your suicidal thoughts and feelings, an appropriate way to where you can get help. And there is a way, if you'll sit down, zoom out, take your pride away, and do what you know that you need to do to handle this problem. And if you don't, and you just run around and you keep talking about killing yourself, hey, I ain't got time for it. I don't want to hear it. There's too many guys and girls that run around and use suicide as a leveraging tool to get what they want. And I've been guilty of it too before. And I'm not going to sit around and waste my time with people that I can tell you the whole way to walk down a road to be successful, and you don't want to listen, hey, that's on you. But I'll tell you this, you go ahead and you skin that smoke wagon, you pull that trigger, and I promise you, you won't even be alive for this to come to light, that what I'm telling you is true about you can't take that back. I mean, y'all, my heart goes out to anybody that's suffering, because I think a lot of us have been there. A lot more people have been in that state of mind and in that headspace and time and with their heart than people understand, or people want to talk about and let other people know that they understand more than they think that they do, because it's embarrassing. And it is. I don't know why the stigma is like it is, and I don't understand why it just continues, because it does. But I mean, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, this got to come off of the table. This has got to come out of your kit of being an option, of a piece of gear to utilize. It has to go. And I know it's much easier said than done, y'all. And if you are feeling like that, hold on, man. Guys and girls, just hold on. It can get better. You do have to apply yourself, and it's not going to fall in your lap. But I promise you that if you hold out long enough to see a small change, that small change can reset your spirit enough to continue on. And then one day you're going to be in a better place looking back and going, man, really glad I didn't kill myself, because if I would have, I wouldn't have what I have right now, or be where I am right now. So I love you, ladies and gentlemen. And if this video offended you, good. Because if it offended you, you're one of the people that need to hear it. You know what I mean? You needed to hear this, and it's aimed at you to get you motivated, to whether it's pissed off or you know, motivated in a good way. However, to make a change in how you deal with suicide, how you talk about suicide, and maybe to give somebody else a perspective on somebody that is dealing with suicidal thoughts and feelings. So I love you, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope y'all have a good Thursday, and I'll see y'all in the morning.